Oh gosh, darn it. It was perfect and now it's not. Is this the look we want, sisters? I gotta stop saying sisters. Damn it, Olivia. Hi friends. I look like a toe today because I'm not wearing any makeup. I woke up sick and I want to die. One of my nieces has the flu and I'm really hoping that's not what I have. But I really wanted to film this video today. Actually, I wanted to film it yesterday and then I didn't. This is my punishment, I guess. Anyway, so it is March now. Today is March 1st. And I thought for March it would be fun to do a little March Madness book edition. If you don't know what March Madness is, it's like a college basketball thing where all the teams go up against teams, like they're ranked by numbers and that's how they're paired up, I think. People play each other until they get down to the final two teams and like whoever wins is like the grand finale winner with who you're going to Disney World. I have no idea where you go if you win March Madness or if you even do anything, but so I thought it would be fun to do like a March Madness with my book reading this month, my book reading. Now the actual March Madness has like, I think 32 different teams, but if you think I'm reading 32 books this month, you're insane. Mine is much less. I have 4 different categories, so 8 books. I might increase it and add like 2 more categories on each side. I don't know if I'm making sense because like, I don't know. I have a freaking diagram here. Basically, there's gonna be a Division 1 and they're gonna be on this side and a Division 2 that are on this side. And you know, like they'll play each other here. I am literally, basically what I'm saying is I'll add more categories if I am reading my TBR fast enough, but for right now I'm just gonna stick with what I have, 8 books. So the first little category and then matchup is going to be romance. So basically I'm gonna read 2 romance books and whichever one I like the most will go on to play the winner of the next category, which is new releases. So whoever wins that category will play the romance winner, and then whoever wins that will be in the finale. You're probably like, Bonnie, what are you reading? You're not mentioning any books. You're darn right I'm not. The problem is I'm not 100% sure which books I'm going to be reading yet. So I think I'll just like mention some possible choices that I will be reading. So what I think I'm going to do for the romance category is read first The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This comes out I think sometime in May, but I do have an ER copy from Edelweiss. This is about 2 people that go on a cruise together. They weren't meant to go on this cruise together. It was meant for a bride and groom who just got married, but at this wedding everyone gets sick with food poisoning except these 2 people, and so they end up going on the cruise instead, and I think they hate each other. Love a good enemies to lovers. I've only read 1 Christina Lauren book, but I absolutely loved it and I've been meaning to read more from them, and Whitney absolutely raved about this, so I'm pretty excited. I trust her romance opinions. The second book I'm considering reading for the romance category is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I just randomly saw this on Goodreads one time and I saw that it had pretty high ratings, so I was like, you know what, let's add it. From what I gather, it's about this girl who lives in Toronto, living her life, you know, whatever, but she was actually born in Alaska and like the wild, like, I don't know, the boonies of Alaska, is that a thing? I don't know. But her mom done yeeted out of there when she was 2 months old, so she doesn't really know that part of her life, or her father for that matter. But then she learns that his days are numbered, so she's like, gotta go to frickin' Alaska. And so I think it's about learning about this place that maybe she never really thought about, meeting her father for the first time, I'm assuming. And you know there's gonna be some cute boy who's like, Alaska's great, sweetie. So yeah, that's my romance choices. Then for the other category, which is new releases, I do have my 2 set on this one. Both of these books come out on March 5th. The first is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is about music, which I love. I believe it's about these 2 musicians who meet up one day and I think they form a band. I think they were separate musicians, but then they came together and then they ended up breaking up. I think it just tells the story of these 2 people, so it's kind of like romance, kind of just life. I don't know, Taylor Jenkins Reid. I remember when I first read it, I was like, oh, this gives me A Star Is Born vibes, and that's probably just because I'm obsessed with that movie. It's probably gonna not be like it at all and I'm gonna have my hopes like crushed, but you know, we'll see. And the other new release that is coming out is Call Me Evie or something like that. Hold on. Call Me Evie by J.P. Palmer, which its ratings have gone down since I first saw it, so yikes. I don't really know much about this book because it's a thriller and I don't like reading the descriptions much because a lot of times it like gives away a spoiler. I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to me? But what made me want to read it is that it said it's for fans of sharp objects, which is my favorite thriller of all time. So if it's anything like that, I think I'm gonna love it. If they gave it that title and it just really sucks, I'm gonna like find someone and be like, you need to remove that because you ain't dragging my girl down with you. So that's like the division 1 who will go against each other and all that fun jazz. And then on the other side, I have a thriller category and a fantasy category. Thriller, I literally have no idea which books I'm going to read. I think if my library finally gives me the audiobook, I'm going to listen to Bird Box. Oh my god. I think I'm going to listen to Bird Box by Josh Malerman. That's the one where people can't look outside, I think, because if they see this one thing, like, they go insane. It recently became a movie and I've been wanting to watch the movie, but I was like, I gotta read the book before I watch the movie. So that's what I'm trying to do. The other thriller I'm thinking about reading is The Wife Between Us, which is by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. The premise for this is that this woman is divorced and the guy has like a new hot younger wife or something like that. So, you know, a good marital drama. But the description for this says everything like you think you know is wrong. Like, you assume you're reading from a jealous ex-wife. You assume this and blah, blah, blah. And then it says assume nothing and read between the lines. That is a description I can get behind because it doesn't try to spoil anything. So yeah, I think those are the 2 thrillers that I'm going to try to read for that category. As for fantasy, there's a whole lot of options that I could dig into. I could read Blood Witch, which is the 3rd book in the Witchland series. The 1st book is Truth Witch. It's about these 2 girls, Safi and Azult. Safi is a truth witch, which is super rare, so she can basically tell when people are lying. And so people want to use her, obviously, for their own gains, and she needs to get away from all that, and her thread sister Azult is obviously going to be there with her. Blood Witch just picks up where the 2nd book left off, and I'm super excited to get to it. Another I might read is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmermer. I really don't know what this one's about, except that it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Fall in love. Break the curse. It once seemed so easy to Prince Wren, the heir to Emberfall. I'm intrigued. A prince? Sign me up. So what I'm getting from reading this, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling with a prince who's going through some shit with his kingdom. He has to find a girl to fall in love with him, a la Beauty and the Beast. I've heard nothing but rave things about this book, so I really want to read it. And I might also read Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, which is the sequel to The Diviners. I really don't know if The Diviners is like fantasy, urban fantasy, thriller. It's kind of like mixed in with everything, you know? Because it's about these people that have these sort of like supernatural abilities, and there's like demons and all that shit. Set in the 1920s, really well done. The atmosphere is impeccable. So the winner of the thriller category and the winner of the fantasy category will go head to head, and then from there, the Division 1 winner, which is between new releases and romance, will go against the Division 2 winner, which is thriller versus fantasy, and those 2 will go up ahead to get the winner. How are they going to go against each other, you may ask? Well, simply, it's whoever has the best rating. What if they both have the same rating, you may ask? You know? Then I guess I just get to decide, because I mean, this is my tournament. It's like whichever book I liked best, right? So that is my slightly confusing, hopefully not as much to you as I just said everything out loud is can you tell that I'm sick and don't have a brain? That is my bookish March Madness. If any of you are gonna do some kind of bookish March Madness, I would love to know. You're probably not, because you're sane and I'm just over here being like, March Madness, I love basketball. I actually don't watch basketball that much, but I do like sports, so I mean, it counts, kind of. Okay, I'm gonna go before I say anything else that is just stupid and 0 brain cells. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I looked like a toe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!